So if it beats irregular, they have arrhythmia. If it beats irregular, they have palpitation. So they have a rhythm that runs constantly and perfectly. So people is already music, you know, and it's not really to show nobody nothing and teach people, so to speak. Because there are no teachers really. Because in terms of teaching now, people only become illuminated by their own zeal to know. So zeal is the only teacher, really. So it's not really come teach now, nothing, you know, it's to reawaken dormancy. Sleeping things already present in your DNA, already present in your ancient pre-remembrance. You have it in already. So we just come to touch it again and then remind you which part is there, and then you say, oh yeah. You know, you go through. You know?
That makes a lot of sense to me, that common community without words.
The drum, the heart is the meter stick by which all be gauged. Everybody will be judged by the drum, you know. Everybody will be judged. You see them make cell phone and people turn it into the drum. Now the cell phone is a drum, that's not a cell phone. How is it a cell phone? People are sending the message to the distance. And the cell phone intrinsically, the inter-purpose of the thing now change to the purpose it truly serves in the community. It's them kind of quantum leap and super collide that we are start doing to this thing, yeah.
I want to also change gears a little bit, and I'm really curious about your ideas regarding Hurricane Katrina and its aftermath, and what do you think it's about, and how can we empower this marginalized population that has been affected?
Okay, well now, I just want to mention some things in history before the hurricane. Now, Pompeii, the city of Pompeii. Me read in a publication, I think it's a Seventh-day Adventist publication, that Felix and Drusilla from the Bible, the Herodian family, me read that they perish, the whole of them perish in the volcanic eruptions at Pompeii. 3 cities of Rome under volcano ashes. But now, if you remember, it's certain of them want to dance for the head of John the Baptist on a platter. No, this is not about no divine retribution. But listen to this now. How is it possible that the hurricane go directly? How is it possible that it end up directly in the slave coast? After Marcus Garvey said, you sow the wind and you shall reap the whirlwind. How is it that particularly the Republican Party? Yes. How is it that particularly certain members in high standing, it's their vicinity in specificity and so forth? Voices that will not heed moderation. Voices that will not listen unilaterality. What name hand solo, the hand alone that can't clap. Straight up. Now, we always know what the price have been. Now concerning the hurricane now. You have astrophysicists, geophysicists, marine biologists, all kind of things to pronounce, you have them. And people have been to the moon and so forth. And yet and still at the same time, things like the common cold, what they say the coal in the earth, that's still unsolved. Which go mean what? Priority is far reaching when things at home are not in order yet. Since you're so technologically advanced and arrogant, let me remind you, just the other day, you know, everyone wants to come to this country, everyone is jealous of us, they're jealous of our lifestyle, it's this, it's that. These things defy common mathematics. Common mathematics, this defy, this make no sense. How are you the richest? You have no gold, you have no diamond, you have no plutonium, you have no uranium. Everything that you need is elsewhere. And you are the power. Because you say so. You're going to name the market, and you're going to name the prices, and you're going to standardize the prices. And if the people will not accept all said such position, you will see. Now visit Darfur in Sudan. You will see that all of a sudden the people in turmoil and the people in exile, because you heard about oil. And when you reach Niger, today it have a more sophisticated name. It's Niger. It's Niger now. Because in Niger, they discover certain things in a Niger were well needed for the space situation where them say them have create particle colliders and resonancy and geomancy all intermixed together, fighting against the commonality of the earth. And it is true. It is about elitism. It is about strata, classism. That's the matter. Now, the hurricane situation, astrophysicists, marine biologists, microbiologists, and yet no one can see in time. You mean to tell me you chart out so many specificities of long distance, light years away, you can tell us about, but no one, are we to overstand that nobody instruments made you aware that this area geophysically will be touched by this? Is that we are what we are to believe? Them are the kind of talking they may attack. Because I know better. For I know the mapping out of the ley lines and the grid structures upon electromagnetic currents of the earth. Invisible grids. And you know where they are. And you know the jet stream current. And you know where it reverses. And you know when it reverses. You know when it comes one direction half the year and when it changes the next half of the year. You're aware. Read a man named Zachariah Stitchin. Zachariah Stitchin said the Atlantic Ocean opening wider because of the tectonic plate and the sea, and the Pacific closing in tighter. So therefore the currents of the earth, the geophysical currents, will be affected within the cycle of precession. The same zero that the Julian calendar and the Gregorian calendar remove and put 1 AD, show up 2,000 years later, causing havoc. The same zero. Now consider, mathematically, zero them say is nothing. Placeholder. But look now, going up in integers of 10. 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 million. 360 degrees of nothing. Look at the mathematics of this man. He tell you, say, the electron is a negative charge in the atom. But he named the entire field after the negative charge, electronics.